Okay. I considered making this into a Raven's Writing Room episode, but I don't normally cover songs there. In fact, I don't normally cover songs at all. And this will be new territory for me. I discussed this, so bear with me. I'll also say right now that this video will not be monetized because it uses a copyrighted song. I urge you to support the channel through my Teespring store or my Patreon, or by subscribing to the channel to continue supporting me. Thank you very much. Alright, let's get into it. For context, I was driving to meet some friends the other day, and I heard this song come on the radio while driving. I'd never heard it before and gave it a listen. The song is called Cinderella Snapped by Jax. I have no familiarity with this artist, so I was unsure what to expect. And after listening to the whole song, I have come to a few conclusions. One of them is that modern feminism is a cancer upon quality in artwork, including music. And the second one is that I have more respect for classic fairy tales than anyone in modern entertainment media, it seems. Because I feel insulted for these Disney princesses Jax chooses to reference. Alright, without further ado, let's dive into this song.
Once upon a time there was a princess waiting for a boy to give back a shoe.
Okay. So, in the first two lines of this intro, we set the stage for our song. The song is sung in the context of someone reading a fairy tale book to children, that's fine. Opening with the once upon a time there was. This is implying a story is being told. From the fact that we see it's a princess waiting for a boy to give her back her shoe, we can easily conclude that this is the story of Cinderella. So far, so good. I'm not a big fan of the vocals. The vocals are a little grating, but, you know, it's fine. That doesn't necessarily take away from the quality of the lyrics. I mean, at least we have a clear image being set up and a strong reference to begin with. Let's keep going.
Suck it in, be a wife in a blue dress, the prettiest piece of property the land ever knew.
And now we've hit a snag by the fourth line. Suck it in, suck it in. So you're implying that Cinderella needs to suck in her tummy to fit into a super tight blue dress? Okay, there's so many ways this doesn't work. In the context of the fairy tale, Cinderella's clothes were given by the fairy godmother. And not only this, but she was so beautiful that the prince wanted to seek her out. Why does she need to suck in at all? It's clear that the prince liked her beforehand. From a realistic perspective, if she's a princess, couldn't she have dresses and corsets tailor-made for her? But then we move on to the prettiest piece of property. This is going to the classic feminist argument that marriage is a form of property. It is not. But you're already showing your agenda in only 4 lines of your stupid song. Already your audience is going to be split at this point. The ones who agree with your stance on marriage will stick around for the rest, while the rest have turned you out. But, alright, let's keep going.
She waited and she waited for the guy to show, but she didn't know that after midnight he was busy in her stepsister's bed. So Cinderella said, plot twist.
Okay, this is very clunky to read. The lines don't flow well together, and it shows. But okay, so we see that she's waiting for the guy to show, but she finds out that the prince is sleeping with her stepsister. Well, again, this is nothing like the fairy tale, but let's ignore that for now, because honestly, the setup here isn't new. This is a song where the boyfriend is unfaithful to the girl, and the girl is singing about her anger in that regard. I'm not against that kind of song. In fact, there are some songs that about cheaters and anger in relationships that I really enjoy. Maybe You're the Problem by Ava Max, Wish I Didn't Know Now by Toby Keith, Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood, Lying Eyes by the Eagles, Cuts Both Ways by Gloria Estefan, and Cold Shoulder by Adele. These are songs that can do this kind of scenario well. Surely this song will be just as emotional, powerful, and thought-provoking, if not at the very least entertaining. Or we could be incredibly cringe. Yeah, that works too, I guess. Dear Lord, where do I start? Okay, first, I don't need no prince to save me. I'm a goddamn CEO. Alright, but I thought you were a princess. In fact, I thought you were Cinderella. You know Cinderella, right? The abused stepdaughter of a wicked stepmother. Where did the CEO part come from? You're confusing your metaphors here, and it's not working. If you're the sweet and happy princess waiting on your prince, then what part of you is CEO? I don't understand that. Don't call me baby equal pay me. Oh, the way that line is structured is awful. It's very clunky. It's very clunky in the lyrics, guys. These are very clunky lyrics, but do you hear yourself? Dear Lord, do you hear yourself? Let's ignore the myth of the gender pay gap and just look at this line in context of the rest of the song, okay? Equal pay you. Okay, well, if you're a princess, you don't get paid. You have a royal treasury. You get taxes. You're royalty. But if you're a CEO, well, then in that case, the only one keeping you from getting equal pay is you. If you're the CEO of your own company, aren't you in charge of that? You are again losing connection to your own proposed metaphors for the sake of a feminist argument that has been debunked for years, but let's keep moving. Snow White said you tried to kiss her, so I'll just buy a new glass slipper. Going back to the fairy tale metaphor again, okay, and burn your castle down. But wait, in this metaphor, you're Cinderella, so without the prince's castle, won't you just go back to your evil stepmother? Do you want to go with this fairy tale angle or not? You really failed to carry this one. And kids, that's how Cinderella snapped. So the context here is now that you're once again reading this story to children. Well, any child who hears this song is going to be very disturbed by Cinderella's behavior. Just saying.
When the smoke cleared, every girl in the whole land woke the fuck up and started making demands.
So when the smoke cleared, so there's smoke. You actually did burn the castle down. That's terrible. You actually burned down a castle because a dude cheated on you? I don't know. I feel like maybe you're a little too unstable in this situation. And the girls in the kingdom started making demands. First of all, man, that's entitled. So you're making demands now. What do you think you should demand? You know, at the very least, in a romance situation, you expect loyalty, you expect consistency, you expect people to be there for you, and when they're not, that probably means you need to break off the relationship. I get that, but now you're making demands? What do you think you should demand? Did all of these other women have bad relationships too? What are they demanding? So you're saying that because your prince cheated on you, now every girl in the kingdom has to rise up against their men? What are you talking about?
Rapunzel shaved her head so there was nothing to climb on.
Okay, two questions. First, why are we referring to Rapunzel by their and not her? Are we to assume that therefore the Rapunzel's preferred pronouns play a role in this? If so, cringe. Second, if Cinderella is having trouble in her relationship, why is Rapunzel not in a relationship now? Did her relationship fall through too? And why would she shave her head? What girl shaves her head just to spite someone? She's not shaving it out of remorse or sadness or pain. She's shaving it just out of spite. That's insanity. Dear Lord, do I even need to explain the cringe of this line? This one line was so shockingly stupid it made me spit water I was drinking. Okay, so Jasmine and Mulan are now making out because Cinderella's boyfriend was unfaithful. You know, I don't know who that insults more, the princesses themselves, the cultural backdrop of both cultures and how Arabian and ancient Chinese culture would view homosexuality, or the fans of these two princesses who like them being with their own men, Jasmine with Aladdin and Mulan with Shang. How is this empowering? Who is empowered by this? It is all vengeful, vindictive angst.
Sleeping Beauty sued the dude who kissed her while she was asleep.
Oh, okay, this nonsense again. Sure, go ahead. Sue him, Sleeping Beauty. Sue him. Demand that you be put back in your eternal coma. I will never understand how what Prince Philip did was wrong. People seem to just forget that if she had not gotten the kiss, she would have stayed asleep forever. He saved her from eternal sleep. You were not going to wake up without that cast. Oh, gee. The whole song is cancer. Why are you bringing Ariel into this? Ariel's desire for feet was not entirely predicated on her desire to be with Eric. She wanted to experience the surface world well before she met Eric. Eric was just another aspect of that desire. She wanted feet with or without Eric. She wanted to walk on land, and she wanted that before she ever knew who Eric was. Oh, and by the way, feet does not rhyme with sleep. Good try, though. It's so badly written. This is so terribly written. The dialogue is terrible. It's so badly written. It's so badly sung. And it shows you have no idea about the metaphor you're trying to sell us. Tiana from Princess and the Frog, the Disney movie. She gets a biomedical degree? Bitch, she wanted to open a restaurant! She wanted that before she even met Prince Naveen! The fairy tale ended with her getting that! Why the hell does she want to get a biomedical degree? So what you're saying is that if there's a girl out there who is happy in her relationship and wants to open her own restaurant, no, you need to break up with that guy and go get a college degree. What the hell? What the hell? What the actual hell?
And Beauty realized that she was the beast.
But that's not a good thing. Being the beast was a negative aspect for the prince in that story. He wanted to be human again. Unless by beast you're implying that Beauty is somehow strong now. I don't know what you mean by that line. But once again, it's incredibly odd. Plus, beast does not rhyme with degree. You insipid piss waffle. Okay, then they sing the chorus again. We're skipping that.
He said, Cindy, sweetie, don't be so emotional. You're always so emotional. It's fine to be controllable.
No guy told you this. Ever. No guy ever told you it's fine to be controllable. No guy ever said that to you.
If I'm emotional, that'd be the reason for you to address me while you're on your knees. In the scary event that I get too emotional during your trial, so watch how you're speaking. Cause while you were sleeping around every weekend and using your power to prey on the weakest, I studied your own legislation all season, and last I checked, cheating is treason.
I'm 90% sure you said all that super fast and running together like that because you know that the majority of it didn't rhyme or flow in any capacity, and you wanted to hide that. Now, let's see. If I'm emotional, that'd be the reason for you to address me while you're on your knees in the scary event. Pause there. Scary event? Really? Continuing. That I get too emotional during your trial, so watch how you're speaking. Trial? Okay. There's a trial. All right. Because while you were sleeping around every weekend and using your power to prey on the weakest, where did that part come from? What do you mean prey on the weakest? Are you saying the prince was abusing his power? On who? On what? Is the implication here that Cinderella is the weak one that was being preyed on? But I thought she was a CEO. What the hell are you on about? We don't hear anything about him abusing his power in the song or any other fairy tale. I don't know what you're talking about. Then she says, I studied your own legislation all season, and last I checked, cheating is treason. No, it's not. In medieval society, cheating was not treason. It was seen as infidelity and was a sin in the eyes of the church, but it was not treason. In fact, according to Thomas Aquinas, adultery was seen as a breach of trust and a breach of the covenant between God regarding a husband and a wife. However, the church sought to forgive the sinner rather than condemn them in most cases, so usually punishments would be light if present at all. Not a great system to be sure, but that was the nature of the time. But even if this was treason, which it's not, but even if it was, he's the prince who found you. You were made princess by his marriage proposal. It would be treason against him if you were to cheat on him. Because you're not royalty, sweetheart. You are the stepsister who's being abused. You were only made princess because the prince was good to you. So honestly, if he breaks up with you, you're no longer a princess. There's no longer any treason in there. So, sorry, that doesn't work. But do you know what is treason? Do you want to know what actual treason would look like? Burning down the royal castle, which you admitted you did. So if anyone's on trial here, it's you. You are the one on trial for treason. And you can look forward to the gallows for your insane behavior. I'm not repeating the chorus again. Moving on. This song is a testament to so many things just wrong in entertainment these days. If you thought it only polluted movies and television, well, you are sadly mistaken. Music is also not immune from this idiocy. I've heard many songs about cheating, both on the part of men and on the part of women. I've had a girlfriend cheat on me before. It is not pleasant, it's painful, and it fills you with a sense of not just anger, but also depression and inadequacy. Being cheated on made me feel broken and unwanted, like I wasn't good enough. It helped to contribute to my depression that I still fight against to this day. Now, in the many songs about cheating I've heard, most of them portray either the sadness of the one being cheated on, the anger at being cheated on, or even a comical sort of cheeky backlash. Kelly Clarkson practically built her career on giving a playful and snarky middle finger to her cheating past romances. However, this song is not cheeky, it's not uplifting, it's not empowering. And I get no hint that the singer felt any pain at the cheating. As a matter of fact, the song makes it sound like the singer was hoping to be cheated on. The singer sounds vindictive and unhappy from the start. The song feels less like a passionate and entertaining call out of the cheating douchebag and more like a triumphant and cringy girl power song where every Disney princess starts doing things their own way, none of them needing men. In fact, with two of them, they just needed a woman. Go figure. It misunderstands its own metaphors it's trying to portray and even breaks those metaphors throughout the song for the sake of its girl power message. Again, are you a princess or are you a CEO? But on a musical level, the lyrics feel forced, the lines don't flow, a few of the words don't rhyme at all, and the vocals are hard to listen to. It's a pop rock ballad that doesn't deserve the attention it's getting. It's all in all a piss poor song. So what I decided to do was do a little research, and I found out that the story behind the song goes something like this. According to Jax, in an interview where she was asked about the inspiration behind the song, she said, quote, "When we were going through storage, we found an old Cinderella book that my Nana had crossed out and rewrote when I was a kid. I was like, I have to write a song about this. I wanted to write a version of Cinderella where she got cheated on the way I got cheated on, and she snaps, burning the castle down, and all the Disney princesses rally together with different priorities than just getting married, or getting chosen to be married. So they kind of all snap. It's been pretty cool so far." So, that's what it comes down to. This is all your vindictive revenge fantasy. That's all this is, a vindictive revenge fantasy. You want someone who lived a fairy tale ending to suffer the way you've suffered, become unhinged the way you are unhinged, and rally all the other women around you to take a stand against men, to make out with other women, to burn down castles, to shave heads, and to go get degrees. Because surely you must not suffer alone. Far be it for the rest of the world to fight for their happily ever afters. This song is cringe. The message is stupendously stupid, and the manner in which it's delivered reveals someone who lacks talent or self-awareness. You demand equal pay in your chorus? That's what you want, equal pay? You don't deserve a dime for this work, ma'am. The song was terrible, and like I said, because I'm using it, I likely won't be monetized, so please consider supporting the channel. It'll be glad for you to do that. I have a Patreon and a Teespring for y'all to support me. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.